do you do? I'm gonna roll some ads. It's late, so we'll see if anybody shows up. But in the event that they do, let's give them at least 3 minutes. Am I right? I'm right. Like right now, I'm just sitting here packing my bong. And sometimes when I take breaks, I get up and go do stuff. But since this is the first one, I'm like, it took me a while to start. Probably because I'm not stoned and I forget what I'm doing when I don't smoke weed sometimes. It's crazy. Because you would think it's the opposite, but it absolutely is not. It's not. So, also, apparently, by rolling the 3 minutes of ads right at the beginning, it gave us an uninterrupted 60 minutes right from the start. Usually it's only 30, so I thought that was weird. My week was a lot of fun. I'm obviously home now, which is nice because I've been missing the cards, been missing the fucking art, really, more than the cards. But it's nice to be home. But it was a nice vacation away from home also. So my week was overall pretty good. Despite Tyler Durden's best attempts to start a fight club, it was a pretty good week. So here we go. Back on 3, 2, 1. And we're back. 60 whole minutes. So we are going to be doing tarot tonight. Of course, nobody knows that. It's going to be like, dude, I don't think I can listen to her talk for another day. Just kidding. I hope nobody says that, but I would bet that people say that. Three, two, one. Hey, everyone. No rush. You're just watching me smoke weed. No, I do have tarot cards. Oh my god. Hi, Blake. You're the Star Wars one, right? Yep. Oh, you subbed. Thank you. I forgot about that or didn't notice that. Hi, good evening. I finally have tarot cards again. That's crazy. You were not tuned in for the weeks. Well, Sylvie thinks. Either way, back in the game. Tonight, some new art you like. Spoiler alert, it's me. Because it's just a picture, but just ripping the bong so I can stay focused. I was like getting ready to stream and yeah. Okay. Like, true, but when you actually die, it's pretty fast, so who cares? Oh my god, this weed's so good. We've got dispensary weed. It's fucking crazy. The difference, kind of. I prefer homegrown actually, though. When people just give me weed, or directly from a caregiver, or etc. I prefer homegrown. But it's still fucking good ass weed. Gotta love the dispensaries. So cool. We had like this week. The last four streams were wild. We lost power last week. It was a whole thing. The whole fucking state was just like fucked. About to have another storm tonight. Yeah, right. It's been a long week. About to have another winter storm. So let's hope this one does better. Yeah. Let's hope this one does better. And then made it work anyway. Like made the best of the situation. Found a place with power. Like it wasn't that big of a deal for us. But it was a pretty big deal for DTE. Sucks, you know. The fact that this is still an issue is kind of wild, but you know, some people still. I mean, as of days ago, still didn't have power, and were like, "It's crazy. It's too cold for that," you know. God bless everyone who does what they can, but fuck these corporations that damned us all to living in literal hell on top of concrete. It's like it's so fucking crazy, you know. So there's that. Besides that, it was good. I made these paper oracles. It was so fun and cute. I left them in my bag over there, but maybe I'll grab them if I think of it next commercial break. They are a lot of fun. A lot of fun, a lot of fun. That's nice. I don't have a dog. I don't even really like dogs. I ain't gonna lie. But humans are not too bad for that either, I would say. Maybe even better for it. I don't know. That would be a matter of opinion, I think. You know, it's a bummer as I don't think about this while I'm doing my makeup, but I always end up leaning this way because I kind of like lean towards the mic and into the wall, right? And into the light rather than on the other side. Okay, touche. Right, you're going to the breakout, aren't you? Something like that. And I was like, change your profile picture. And you're like, that's not me. It's like, good point. So, this is the shit side of my makeup. And like, I didn't plan for it to be the shit side. I just did a really bad job trying to draw a lightning bolt and then try to turn it into like this flowery cactus thing. And it just looks like weird. It almost looks just like an actual shit on my face. Whereas this side was just words and looks way better, but I don't think ahead of like, oh, I'm going to be sitting this way, so I should make sure this side looks good and experiment on this side. But now that I'm saying it out loud, hopefully I remember this moment. Hopefully I remember this moment and I remember this is my good side. This is the visible side. I'm going to remember that because I can't keep having poos on my face. This is not the first time it has looked like a poo on my face. I gotta stop doing this side first. You know what I mean? That's just gotta change. But what's up? That's nice. What cards do we want to use today? I don't even know if I'll start them yet because it's so early. But it's been a minute, and also I do have. I think I picked them up. Thank you. It's like this side just says "Eyes of the World" because I'm wearing a Grateful Dead T-shirt, right? Wake up to find out that you are the eyes. But this? Yeah, no way. What is going on there? That's bad. That's rough. That's not good. That's like, what the fuck? It was supposed to be a lightning bolt, and I was so lazy about it. I was like, you know, I don't think I'm going to get this right. So I'm just going to make it look really bad. And then I was like, yo, that was a bad plan. That was a worse plan than trying to do a lightning bolt in the first place. So I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll add some like flowers or something. But yeah, it looks more like a space plant than anything. And it just is like a weird place for a space plant, kind of. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta stop experimenting with this side. Start experimenting with this side. The poo should be there, and the words should be here, visible for everyone to read. Fucked up. I gotta remember this. At least it'll be on record too that I said it. And that's going to be a lot of fun when people want to unpack that with me. We're like, on record, you said. I'm like, okay. While I admit I said it, that doesn't necessarily mean that I agree with it. Sometimes you have to say things to, one, work them out for yourself and decide if you agree with it. Two, to find out what the counter argument would be. Or three, for somebody else to hear, especially when you're working like me. So, okay, for anybody who goes too crazy, understand that nothing's been personal, nothing was personal, nothing still becomes personal unless you make it personal, and that's why I do general messages. Okay. Oh, okay. I always export them to YouTube. But they are private, and then you have to go to Patreon and pay for all the past streams. It's only like $5. You can probably watch them all in a month. And I did only post them from when I started last February to June or July of last year, and I do Slack on that, and I bring that up so that I try to remember, but it's such a tedious task. Such a tedious task. So there's like this need to blah 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 blah. That felt personal. That was like a personal revelation in that moment. But sometimes I do post random streams per request by my members of my website. If you like my content, you will like my website. If you like my website, you should sign up and become a member. Members are the only ones that get access to the forums. And of course, it's free to become a member. It does require an email address, and I ask that you indicate who you are by name or photo or message, because otherwise I will not approve your membership, and I'm probably only going to make it harder and harder to become a member. So sign up now while you still can, and you can see some actually content that no one sees. And you can also share and ask questions when I'm not streaming, suggestions, anything on the website, in the forums, for members only. Cool. Cool. There's always just gonna be more and more and more and more content. Love it. Love it. Kind of like fuck yeah, hell yeah, what's up? That's my thing for sure. Kind of like hell yeah, fuck yeah, what's up? Like, fuck yeah. Okay. So anyways, I got nothing. I think I'm happy. I think I'm cool. I think I was gonna kind of go into some of the harrowing details of having PMDD when I was plotting to stream, but in this moment, I'm like, if I can feel serene and not agitate myself in that way of discussing it and being angry again at my situation that is so goddamn seemingly helpless but really isn't, is frustrating. It is frustrating. So I'm going to enjoy the serenity of the fuck yeah moment that we are apparently having. And it's kind of like life is but a dream. I don't know why that's coming to my mind. Is that like a what? Or like alone because you're with us? Okay, I'm sorry. I do so many jobs that I'm like, bro, you're not really saying that, are you? And I never really trust anyone, but especially offense. LOL. Sorry, that was rude. Yes. I do love being alone. Also, love alone time. I love space. But I also love spending 24/7 in contact with other human beings for the most part. Same time. But sometimes it's like better to just do things alone, you know? And that's something that I've always disagreed with, actually, because I am usually doing the things that I do alone and by myself, and a party of one type person. I've just always been like that. that I was very convinced that the thing I was missing was actually other people, and that was the camaraderie of life. Like, what could be better than spending time with other people if the only reason we incarnate here at all is to be people, and it's the one thing that you like absolutely like couldn't have if you were just one unconscious or whatever, you know. Why else manifest in physical bodies if we didn't want to hold each other sort of mentality? But I recognize that the whole flaw to that logic is that that's, you know, a take. That's for sure a take. That's for sure a take. There's a lot of evidence that that's gonna help, and then there's other suggestions that say otherwise. So I think it's person to person, or how it's really actually about how into it you get. Because if you don't sweat, then you're fucking yourself up, and it really comes down to whether or not you sweat out some of the buildup that builds up when you build up. That makes sense. It's all in if you sweat, work up a sweat and work up your heart rate, and it's better for you than just okay, that's fair too, than just casually doing it. So, by the way, if you're just tuning in, we're clearly back to home base here, and we will be doing some tarot. I don't know what deck. I have some of the mystery deck I found on the ground when I was cleaning up at some point. So I put them on the table. I think that's what these are. I don't even really know. I just picked up the Self and the Scribe. So, again, with that letter, whatever. So there's some cards there. I will inevitably have to pull out the mystery deck, but I didn't really plan on doing that. Yeah, good. I didn't plan on doing a mystery deck reading necessarily, but I guess because the cards are already out, then I would. If there's any other requests, I haven't done tarot in a while. And the whole point, it was funny because the point of giving stuff up for Pisces season was to make it difficult and to kind of like encourage a better new year as it approaches with Aries season. And giving up alcohol for me is very easy. It almost felt like cheating. I did start drinking more right before I gave it up in the past few months than I have in the past year, sure. But like 2 drinks at the most, usually. And so giving it up really hasn't been super difficult so far. And it was, I mean, I haven't drank since, I think it was the day after Valentine's Day. So it's been a little over 2 weeks of nothing but a sip of sake. I will admit I had a sip of sake in celebration, and because technically for Lent, you get to cheat every Friday or Sunday or something like stupid like that as a Catholic. I'm like, I'm not doing that. But if someone is celebrating, I'm going to sip the alcohol because that is a celebratory moment, and that's what I use spirits for. It's just celebrate with spirit. So that is the only time. But I also wanted to cut back on tarot because I like wanted to have more clarity this year, and the more clarity I asked for right now, the less clarity I would have later, theoretically. Same with the alcohol. I explained the bottle analogy, the bottle of wine. And that's how I perceive the alcohol sacrifice. But the tarot, I did significantly want to and need to cut back. Right, exactly. You're supposed to like give up meat for Lent, and then on Fridays you either eat meat or have seafood, right? So it's very goofy. It's a very easy religion to follow because it's just like they're like fake Christians doing witchcraft. So easy peasy. I also was cooking all week. I was having the time of my life. It's been a minute since I was just throwing down in the kitchen every single day, fresh food and all that. That fucked my shit up, for sure. Mostly today, like burn myself here, scratch myself, like cut myself there. Grated my hand, actually. That it still stings. I keep pressing it and I'm reminded of it. That's why I said something. Because I'm going to keep being annoyed by it. Yeah. Ooh, that sounds nice. That sounds like I'm gonna look for the pics, you know, if you get tagged in that. Sorry, it's so just so silly. No, I love the churches are gorgeous. Yeah, but for Lent, I had to cut back on tarot, so it was kind of a good thing that I ended up away from them for a week or for like a full set of streams, which doesn't feel like 2 days ago. It's crazy, right? Did you notice how February, everyone was like, damn, it's already February. That shit was long as fuck, man. You know, I thought January flew by. How about February? I'm surprised it's over already. I'm like, are you sure? Because it does still kind of feel like February 31st, no? Okay. It's March? Okay. Okay. Fine. It's March. Hey, I'm not the guy. I'm not Gregor. Okay. I didn't make the calendar. All right? It's fucking March. I really will never understand why they just chose to give 1 month 28 days instead of more months 30 days, but it's none of my business. Gregor did what he did, you know? And we all just went with it for some reason, whoever he is. Anyway, how's it going? How's everybody else doing? Because I'm actually doing pretty good, I would say. Nothing like exceptional or extraordinary, and yet I feel like totally happy. Maybe it's because I'm streaming here again. This isn't nice to look at. You have to understand. Like I'm watching what you're watching. You know, I look at the chat. I try to look at the camera. It almost feels creepier when I look at the camera because then it's like I'm making direct eye contact with whoever I'm talking to, and they know it and I know it, and I'll say something and they're like, "This is too much." So I think it's better that I look at the screen. But even if I'm reading the chat, I can see everything that you see. So I also like it to be visually stimulating, which is why I right. Okay, can't read the chat. You blinked. Don't lie to me. Oh, you did a little half blink and you're gonna fucking, you did it again. Now you've given up because you're like, damn, how'd you know? Have I blinked yet? Nope. Did anybody time it? How long do you wanna, how long are we gonna do this? I can't, oh, I blinked. I can't read the chat. Okay. You didn't win. I did. Anyways, listen. You know, it's creepy, isn't it? Um. No, I don't believe you. I can. It's fine. So, I also enjoy this. I don't really love the, like, having to have a blank or not makeup and not lighting or whatever. Just as much of a drag. I know, that's ultimately why I blinked, because I was like, I can't read the chat, and then I could tell it was moving, so I was like, fuck, I'm gonna look. Hey, if you're just tuning in, I am chatting right now, hence the pink box. But I am doing tarot tonight for the first time in like a week. If you want to stick around or tune back in when the box turns turquoise. Okay? I don't know what deck to do, so if you have any suggestions, please throw them out there, send them my way. If you have a type of reading you want to do, or if you know my decks, by all means, pick one. So far, it's just like mystery deck is already out because I'm gonna have to put them away. That's all I got. The deck of all decks. What does that mean exactly to you? Something's telling me to do a love reading, so somebody might be a little curious about their love life and too shy to say it. So we will pull out the pink deck. And if you were to say the deck of all decks, I would probably think of the mystery deck or the dream deck or the thought deck. The oracle. What did I do to call you out? Because the Thoth deck is like my number one. Okay, cool. So that's the lineup tonight. We'll do the mystery deck, the pink deck, and the dream oracle. It's the Akashic Records. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Because I can hear you, because I can hear people's thoughts, and it's honestly way more annoying than it is, like, profitable or, what's the word? Not pleasurable, but convenient. Like, it's much more inconvenient than convenient. Like, you would be surprised, because when you can hear people's thoughts, it's one thing, and it can be like that amazing moment. But if you can read people's minds, like they don't always know what the fuck they're thinking about, and they don't always admit what's on their mind because it's like, whoa, I never said that. I didn't. How did you know that? Moment. So it's like actually more inconvenient because you try to relate to people because it's like, oh, you did the thing, and they're like, what? No. What? So it actually just slows me down, I think, more than it does speed me up. As much as people say they would like to read minds and such, there are drawbacks. I promise you would not want to know. Unfortunately enough, I think people who can't read minds can still read my mind because that is another drawback, being able to do it. That's nice. You know what's funny? I touched something today and I was like, oh, I can taste it. And my partner was like, really? You can taste it? I'm like, yeah, can't you just touch stuff and taste it? She's like, I mean, I guess. Could fucking imagine it. Right, most people are that way. That's why it's like you don't want to really read people's minds when they're like, it's not really great places to be, you know? We are convinced I have alien DNA though. So it's like you can touch stuff and taste it. Okay, what planet are you from? Because don't you also have this like weird salt gasoline addiction? I don't know. Yes. The hotter, the better, because I like the way it burns my mouth. Totally can taste an environment. Then I thought this is like a like clairaudience, but for your tongue. I don't know all the clairs. Um, like clairvoyance is when you like know, maybe hear stuff, and claircognizant is when you like just know stuff, and clairaudient is when you hear stuff. Did I already say hear stuff? Damn, yeah. So I don't know them, but there's probably one about taste. And I never ate that apple, and now I'm thinking about it. Like, damn, should have fucking ate that. I still can, but now I'm streaming, so I'm like, oh, fuck. Now I just have to fucking get it off my mind again, like I did the first time. And there you go. Okay, thanks. Hi, by the way. Okay, this one's a Cosmic Crisp, and I don't know if I've had a Cosmic Crisp before, but it looks very familiar. And when I touch it, I know what it tastes like, so I'm pretty sure Cosmic Crisp is my favorite. Otherwise, notable ones would be totally Granny Smith. I'm a green apple gal from day one. I love sour things. I love bitter things. I love all the sensational foods. So like green apples, yes. And Fuji's are good. Okay, have not had apples in so long. Like I have, but not like an apple that I like was excited about, like this goddamn Cosmic Crisp. But like it's like, oh my god, I can taste it already, and it makes you remember like what apples are about. I think being from Michigan, it's like you kind of get burnt out on them for at least a point in your life where you're like, yeah, I get it. I've had every fucking apple in the alphabet, like I don't care anymore. Why are Red Delicious so popular and also called Red Delicious when they are not delicious? Honey Crisp? Very misleading. You would think they are crispy. Honey Crisps are not even crisp. Aren't they the ones that are like, or am I just thinking of Red Delicious? It's so insulting. I thought Honey Crisps were the soft ones, and I'm like, why? I don't think I like those. I don't like any of the soft ones. Hey, there you go. Yeah, no, I hate that. Right, it's fun. I definitely like love to go to the orchards and stuff, but like again, I've eaten so many goddamn apples in my life, like from the store, from the tree, from the orchards, from the backyard, from crabs to riches, like I've had so many goddamn apples and pie and caramel and fucking drinks and cider, like so many apples that I took a long break, I think, from even giving a fuck to eat one. And now, oh my god, I have not been this excited in a long time. It does feel slightly Matrixy, you know? Every version of the apple ever, yes. Exactly. Pie, yeah. Oh, yeah, I was very lucky to grow up with a sense of nature despite being in the suburbs. Because my family was like, they were farming before it was settled, you know? So they had like all these. Heinz is dope as fuck. Heinz is dope. Okay, so this is something I've been talking about lately because this is where I'm at now, where I'm in a place that's not as, hey, is not as saturated as like my hometown is because there are so many parks and trees. Like being in the woods, man, I cannot explain what that does for me. But during the winter months, when there's no point in going out there because one, it's soggy and dangerous, two, it's fucking cold, and three, no, I know, right? Yes, yes, finally. And so we will be doing tarot, but we're just chatting right now. Pink versus turquoise. So the thing that I've had to cope with, just it being winter and like being where I'm at, was like kind of thinking about how walking anywhere you can sort of like connect with nature because you can see the sky and a lot of times you can see yeah, exactly, you can see a tree, even if it's a bush, even if it's a plant or a flower scattered throughout the city in a garden box, it doesn't matter. Especially this, I put heavy emphasis on the sky because like no matter, yeah, no matter where you are, no matter what is going on, there will always be, you know, nature to gaze upon, to touch, to be a part of. It's very beautiful. Although, yeah, no place I'd rather be than up in the woods all summer long. I love it. I want to eat my apple. Like hella thinking about it now. I feel like it would also be such a delightful reward for when I'm done or when I'm actually hungrier than I am. Yeah. So never forget to connect with nature in any way that you can. Oh, it might be, honestly. How about now? I may have forgot to do some. But then again, that's just Twitch Studio Beta sucks. That's always a good time, yeah. Sometimes it's nice to reinvent a place, or sometimes it's nice to just visit it in your mind. There's this park I went to, probably all of them one time, or at least, if not one time, like through 1 week, you know? Mm-mm. No one has said anything. I don't know if they're just being kind. Pardon me. I'm kind of about reclaiming your space, but also, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. It can be hard. I don't know, it could be me. I have sound problems all the time. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, people sometimes just don't even mind it because it happens so often. So, as long as it's not really bad, sometimes it does the whole, like, I can't, I can't, I can't, I can't. Yeah. It could also be. Are y'all on your phones? Don't know. Good. Oh my gosh, nobody said anything? If I like end the stream and start it over, it might stop echoing. Well, let's roll an ad and see if that helps. Yeah, I don't know. Let's find out if I just mute it, come back. Cool. Thanks. I was gonna say I would talk, but I was chewing. I am muted is the thing. So that's fucking scary. How often has this happened? Can you hear me? No. This is conspiracy. We gotta post this in the chat. Become a member on my website, and you can see exclusive content like us deciding why Twitch hates me. Already. Fuck. Or if someone like really hates me and one of the trolls is like a hacker or something. Yeah, that's creepy as fuck. Y'all are gonna have to hear me fucking. Y'all are gonna have to hear me eat then all night. You know? Like, fuck. I do this almost every single ad break, and it's Triscuits right now. And it's breadsticks and apples later. Like, it's all the crunch. This is not an ASMR channel. My mute button is broken. This is a conspiracy. Why the fuck? And the other night there was no counter. They're testing me. They're like, what is she gonna do here? I'm gonna eat fucking Triscuits loudly. What do you want? But why doesn't it work though? I mean, I can just mute my microphone. That will work. But that freaks me out. Someone is probably fucking creepy and hacked my shit, right? No, probably shouldn't jump to those kind of conclusions. But damn, that's annoying, isn't it? I just changed my mic input like before starting the stream. Oh, how? Why is that even a thing? How about this? I don't understand why it let me have 2 microphones. So weird. Why is that a thing? Why am I even allowed to do that? Like when I switched microphones, it just kept them both on. Like I knew I had to manually switch back to this one because I wasn't using it for the past week. Same with the camera, I had to switch it back. It's so weird that they just kept the other one on. That's like very bizarre. I was like, yo, I'll just mute the Yeti. Sometimes I do ASMR breaks, by the way. You know, during commercial ads, or if the ads are up before I'm done eating, sometimes you just hear ASMR stuff, so it's not known to happen. Oh, good. Good. They're dude, honestly, I'm not sponsored by anybody, but these Triscuit Thin Crisps, dude, can you think about how hard it is to kind of eat a Triscuit? Especially straight, and it's so good, and you want to eat it, but sometimes you just have cotton mouth or something, and you're like, I cannot eat a whole ass Triscuit right now, let alone 12 of them. There's no fucking way. They made those for us, boys. They did such a good job. Such a good job. It's like the perfect Triscuit. It's like they're triangles too. Are they gay? Probably, because this shit is so good. It's the best. It's gotta be gay. I don't know. Amazing. Amazing. Also, why was a triangle a gay symbol, anyways? Why was that a thing? As a gay, asking other, probably mostly non gay people, why the fuck was that a thing? Like love triangles for polyamorous? It was supposed to be a badge of shame. So it was supposed to be like, okay, so like the stars. Interesting. Interesting. Yep, that is it. Yeah, but there was a reclamation of it. They do. That's true. Queerness also has many sides, probably like way more than 3, but. I just thought of that song. There she goes. There she goes again. Racing through my brain. And I just can't relate. I don't know. There she goes. Yeah, that is a good song. There she goes again. I bet none of us know who sings it. Is that Sixpence None the Richer? Oh. Do I know who sings it? No, it's the Laws. How do I not know that? That's me. I'm Law. That's so cute. Oh my god. I can't believe it's not Sixpence None the Richer, because I definitely feel like in some universe it was, but that's okay. Yeah, no, they covered it. That makes more sense. Or it's the same person. Wow. I'm very good at this game. Okay. I'm doing more investigation on this. They don't have like the associated acts thing. Okay, so it's So who was in it? I'm confused because it's the same music video for both Sixpence None the Richer and The Laws. So I was like, oh, it's probably the same person. I was not looking at the. So I married an axe murderer. What? Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. I missed a lot. My bad. What is this? What is going on? I was so. Hey, I'm overwhelmed. That's never happened to me before. All right, alien mode. Yo, yo, yo. There is no queue. That's not how it works. Read the rules before you participate in the chat. Thanks so much. So you have a milestone. Watch 3 consecutive streams this month and sparked a watch stream. How have I never seen that before? That is so cool. And thank you. Merry moment to you. So you married an axe murderer like the movie with Mike Myers, or the fact that, never mind. Who knows? A Q but a P. Okay, maybe it's new. Maybe you did something to unlock it for some reason. I feel like people are here almost every night, but maybe it's because it's like before or after midnight and it counts as the same day. And you come in late enough for them to be separate days. I don't know. It's wild. That's so cool, though. Watch streak. Yeah, very cool. So, what an exciting time. Cool, 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 cool. I'm gonna go back to my investigative journalism here. It's not journalism, it's just investigative. Who is this woman who sings in these bands? Is it the same band? Is it the same woman? Lee Mavers. This is just some guy. Some Leo guy. No. Maybe it is 2 different bands. It is 2 different bands. Okay, so why did the same music video come up for both songs? And also, did they indeed cover? Okay. What the fuck? This was the worst rabbit hole I have ever been down. Do you guys want to know what I just found out? This is crazy. Also, feel like what you wanted. That's what I'm saying. That's so true. Maybe that's why. Okay, I see that now. So the Laws are just some guy. It's so weird that if you search The Laws, There She Goes, the music video for the Sixpence None the Richer cover comes up. And that's why I got confused. Where I was like, wait, is this just like... And it was the same time frame, so I thought maybe it was just like a... They changed their name. But like, I also didn't realize There She Goes. It says 2015. That's not right. That song came out shortly after their other song. So there's no way that's correct. Either way, I always assumed because of the very British name, Sixpence None the Richer, that they were British. Turns out not only are they American, but they're also Christian. And I'm like, damn, this was not the rabbit hole I wanted to go down at all. They're from fucking Texas, bro. Like, this was just not... That's why she was so horny about getting kissed. That was not a metaphor. It was not a euphemism. She was just Christian. Oh my God. And not even British. 6 pence my ass. The fuck? They're pennies. You stupid. I don't know. I can't. That was the worst rabbit hole ever. So, kind of like on that note, do you want to rip this weed, play some ads, and do tarot? You guys want to smoke a little weed together, and then we'll play some ads and do some tarot? Want to do that? Yeah. So, let's talk about how my tarot works before we get there, though, because I know somebody felt condescended by that, and they left, but they weren't supposed to. My bong is already loaded. So, keep up with me. Keep it loaded on deck. No, I'm kidding. Sometimes I have to pack them. I just don't smoke the whole thing at once. So I packed my bowl. But I'll wait. I want to light incense too. Guess I'll just go in order. Getting rid of this Zodiac incense for the end of the year. There she goes. There She comes again, racing through the night. I love plans. Wait, when is your birthday? Are you a Taurus? There was like a crop of Tauruses when you showed up on my channel. Okay. I'm hearing a lot of sounds like there might be an animal creeping around. I don't know. That's okay, but also extremely surprising to me. What? Like ever anymore? Or just not like it used to be? Like, goddamn, yeah, that's crazy. I fucking love weed, you know? That Texan accent's wanting to come out, and I don't really know what that's about. I don't know if somebody from Texas is watching me and pretending like they don't watch me and copy my every move, and that's very obvious that they're doing it. It's so funny to me. And here we are getting called out with the accent and everything. I don't know. Nice. Or it's somebody deceased who's trying to come back and say something. And it is giving a Janis Joplin vibe, but she very rarely comes out outside of her birthday, so I don't know what that was about. That sucks. I have to temper with it. Yeah. Because I fucking love The Dark Crystal, because why would you even bring that up? Because I just read the book like a few years ago, and it is just as good as a movie, because I basically am a tiefling, because what the fuck? Because actually the only two sketches from the entire Robot Chicken series that still stand out in my mind is when there's some dudes who are in Alaska or like the Arctic, and they're like in the tundra and it's snowing, and they're like, fuck dude, what are we gonna do? And they're like, holy shit, that's Orlando Bloom. And then Orlando Bloom is like, I'm not Orlando Bloom, I'm Orlando Bloom and Onion. And I thought that was really funny. But then also the sketch about the Dark Crystal. And those are the only two things that stand out in my mind from that whole series. It's time. It's 4:20 somewhere, probably, right? Kind of close. We already missed it, but, you know, we're stoners. We're late for things. Let's go. Let's go. Cheers, everybody. Also, cheers. That was probably horrible to hear. The Dark Crystal. That was my favorite sketch. It was just like, it was probably really bad and like stereotypical or whatever, but I just thought it was a very clever, like, how do we update the Dark Crystal? Like, I thought that whole concept was really funny, even if they probably didn't. It was like 2005. They probably did not do a good job with it. Yeah. Any Pisces in the chat? Not any that are going to tell me they're in the chat. Smoking weed, living life. Nice. Happy birthday. That's why I was asking. Happy birthday. This one's for you. Yeah, it went out. So I guess, I don't know what that's supposed to mean for you. I thought it was still cherried. And then I was like, this one's for you, and just ripped an empty bong, like an unlit bong. It's okay. We're going to do the cards. We're going to make some sense of things, you know. When is your birthday? Also, if you're new here, welcome. Follow so you can chat with us. Please don't ask for a reading. The tarot will start when the box turns turquoise. Pink is chat mode. We're just smoking some weed with each other and then gonna run some ads. Wow, weird that I asked, right? Tomorrow, like after midnight, or tomorrow, like like the 4th or the 5th or the 3rd? Yeah, oh yeah. So, the 3rd. Happy birthday. So it is your birthday in some time zones. I don't know where you are, but it's your birthday. Happy birthday. So weird that I asked. There's usually a ton of my, I don't know, I call them regulars because I'm from the bar. But a ton of my regulars are Pisces. Like a lot of my earliest followers are Pisces for some reason. Not for some reason. It's because I'm a Taurus and they like cannot get enough. It's just astrology, right? Hell yeah! Happy birthday to Crow Quartz. Pass the duchy to the left hand side. I don't know why that song came to my mind. Because we're Praise It Blaze It for Crow Quartz's birthday. Hell yeah, fuck yeah is right. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dearest Crowcore. Happy birthday to you. Why did I have to do it so creepy? Because you're a Pisces. I would describe Pisces season / Pisces aesthetic as like gothic clowncore. Like that's just their personalities. I don't know. So happy birthday. That was really strange. I kind of liked it. I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can keep up that rendition. It was very spooky. Cool. I know you wanna clip that. No, that's hilarious too. So, I make a lot of spooky music. This is a shameful way to plug, a shameful time to plug, nor was it my intention. I was genuinely singing you happy birthday, but I always make spooky music. And if you go on my website, you can listen to all the music I've ever made, recorded anyway, and finished. I don't finish anything, but I do all kinds of creepy stuff like that in layers and layers and layers and low production. And only covers at this point, but it's been very fun. That was the thing. I was about to be way too fucking sexy for some random Pisces on the internet. When honestly, they don't even get to be on the list anymore. They've been cut off from even getting their spot. But, the last minute just decided to be spooky. And here's the thing about Marilyn Monroe, too, is I just caught the Manson thing and like fuck Marilyn Manson, but also that's really funny what you're saying. I get the whole picture now. But Marilyn Monroe was definitely spooky. She is the godmother of modern conspiracy. There's a reason she died 6 months before Kennedy, and like she did know everything. Okay, she's like the one. She is like their intubator. Like that's my girl. She also has an Aquarius moon and Aries and Venus, such as myself, but she's a Gemini sun. Exquisite. We just love her. So, God bless. But no, I couldn't just do a full Marilyn Monroe. You'd have to. Never mind. You know? So, play some ads. Then we'll come back. I think we're ready to do the tarot. It's been a minute, like a couple weeks, right? Because the last few streams I did when I had cards, I didn't do readings. And then I had not brought my cards and was like, damn, okay. And I made paper oracle, which I'll try to remember to grab in the next 3 minutes. I don't remember. Sorry in advance about the Triscuits. I'm gonna mute the mic. I think it'll work now, but it's really funny. I didn't know much about her either, and then when I started to learn more and more, I was like, wow, I love her. Love her. Cool. We'll be right back. That. Oh no, I didn't fix this camera. Totally forgot. I fixed the chat and just forgot about the tarot. So stuff like that, saying things like that, being candid about things, as I've said in the chat right now, which was a joke because in all fairness, just now I did think about a song that came to mind because obviously someone, right, someone pops in and out of this channel. And what popped in my head was a new song that'll probably never come out because I have so many of them. Little traces in here and there, but I refuse to play instruments because I fucking just kind of hate having anything in my hands. I'm gonna break it. I can't have stuff in my hands. It takes a lot to like be able to admit that or know that about yourself. And I've said I don't like instruments for so long, but I think the reality is that there will be times if I'm trying to learn it and I can't learn it, I'm gonna break it. That's why everything I own is pretty much cheap. PMTD, man, it's like even if nothing triggers me, I guarantee you physical stuff will trigger me just as much as a human will. I can sometimes just not hold back. Terrible as it is, as rock star as it sounds, it's just, oof, I'd hate myself, so I don't like having stuff in my hands, really. You know, anything can be used as a weapon. I'm candid about that. I don't care. But anyway, thank you to my haters because the songs are there. My energy is better when you are not here. I was thinking about that because it's like, yeah, this stream was dope. And now all of a sudden we have to like change the tone, change the conversation. And it's not for the readings, it's for wherever number 10 is, you know? And keep watching. Nobody gives a fuck. I'm gonna tell you that right now, okay? Nobody gives a fuck. Cool, so for everyone else, we're actually going to start with the mystery deck. I have been telling myself and telling y'all that the mystery deck is not an opener, but they are like, yes, we are first and foremost. We are here, we need to go first. I always put them last because I'm like, the vibe has to be right, all this other shit. No. Once you connect, you have to transmit. That's like the whole point of the mystery deck because it's the aliens and shit and the longest distances, right? And they get pissy, and I didn't even realize it till right now when I was like, no, yeah, they're first. Ugh. They've been trying to tell me that for a while. Some stuff I refuse to listen to, and some things I hear. And I say, well, what if it was this and benefits of the doubt. Part of my journey is to balance it out. Intuition, follow it, but know where you're going. Duality of man. This is sort of the twin flame deck, sure, but this is not necessarily a twin flame reading because obviously there will be transmissions. Put your face up to the window. Tell me all about your gay folks. Oh, intuition. It feels better. No, perception. It feels better when you're in it. If you're nervous, use the payphone. Put your face where you can see it. Put on a show on cable. I was kind of having simultaneous thoughts about that. That's cute. You can always jump it over because I said transmissions, and that's like the alien thing. But then, like, I just think of that song because it's the intro to Transmissions from the Satellite Heart. And so in terms of love, it seems appropriate, but also that song makes me giggle because it does sound like you're fucking, oh yeah, good time. It was lovely to have you, per usual. Talkative, kind, charismatic Geminis, all the time. Yes. Mwah. Much love forever, Rick James. Yes. Love. So, in terms of the romantic connections or the journey of the twin flame, to think of the heart is the appropriate way to see it, but also the transitions aspect of, like, it does definitely tie in nicely, because this, what is this moment, you know? I don't know. Self was on the table. The scribe, 12th position, water. 3rd position, earth. This is air. Scribe is air. 7th position, water. 9th position, earth. And 11th position, water. Oh. And desire. No one believes that I'm a real deal until they experience it, and it's very getting annoying. Sorry for being too humble. Trust me, you do not want my cocky ass attitude. Just accept the humility and keep moving. It does not mean I am worthless or worth less just because I keep it quiet. Ain't that the truth? Like, dude. So these were left on the desk. That's why I ultimately decided to do the fucking mystery deck and perhaps chaotic interference. You know, chaotic interference. Perception at the top. There's a wall of confusion going on. There's nothing that is considered an illusion because it is all very much happening, but there is a wall of confusion. It's almost like if you think of a psychic Pokemon, okay? Wall of confusion. A wall of confusion, okay? And it's kind of like, take it down brick by brick then. Okay, and build yourself a fucking castle with it. There's no such thing as walls, and how dare you try to build one in confusion. Childish. 1st position, Earth, our reptilians alert. Coming in saying, yeah, so everything that you think is a cover-up, anything that you think is some kind of, like, I don't know what depth to explain, because while there is a specific message in this, there is also the generic message in this, where the whole point is to be able to teach people these greater lessons and be able to hold the space and the strength to kind of cultivate or integrate this life into our waking realities, right? Because at this point, it's not 1 on the time. And there is a need to unfold this story as much as we're told at a time. Because how else can you speed up the process without ripping off the Band-Aid and seeing that the wound is not closed yet? Okay. Queen of Air. 13th position, air. 8th position, water. 1st position, air. So there's some kind of other, there's some weird, slimy kind of energy right there. It does seem very tied to, okay, I think part of what this is, could be, part of what this is realizing that we, as far as we have seen, okay, there's no good way to explain this to anybody, but there are far more threatening things on this planet than reptilians, okay? And that's not supposed to alarm anybody, but it is supposed to shift your perspective and realize that the things you've been perceiving about these people who have been protecting you in ways that you cannot comprehend is like, kind of like, it's not even insulting, it's frustrating, but they understand that they chose to stay in the shadows and they chose to do this work and they chose to be these people. And it's not the people you see in the spotlight either, necessarily. There's some, maybe, but it's not like that. Right. They are doing a lot of work. Like, I don't think people realize how much maintenance has to go into this dimension existing in the softcore way that it does. The non-multidimensional reality. Like, we are strictly 3D, and it's very hard to maintain that image and to keep other people and other entities and other species out of it. And like, humans are so oblivious to it that it's almost like, no wonder the reckoning is constantly upon us. It's supposed to teach us something and wake us up, and they get to the point where they don't understand what they're protecting anymore, especially because the lower the heart frequency get, the less valuable humans are, and the more they want to colonize this planet because it's seen as vulnerable. It is like intergalactic viruses on the way. That's what COVID broke us, because we made it ourselves. Couldn't fucking figure it out. We're trying these stupid fucking medications, and now we're about to get hit with intergalactic fucking viruses because we are giving up hope. That's what weakens the human condition. It's not anything to do with their immunities. It's not anything to do with their air. It's how much they can produce the sound and frequency of love, and they don't believe that. None of them believe that. It's crazy. And so music and art and all these other lovely ways, but you take a lot of joy out of it when you just keep replicating it and playing it through these devices. It's like such a complicated experience, you know? And the more they take away you having human-to-human interactions, which is what is almost mostly guaranteed to kind of produce this effect, they are stripping you of. They are trying to force you out of. It's not as simple as to say, oh my God, masks are oppressive and vaccines are wrong. The humans doing this don't understand that. They are not out here to, a lot of them are not out here to hurt you. They are basing their assessment on what they studied, what they were trained to do, what they were prepared for. Who cares if people knew this was coming? At least they knew and were trying to do something. But at the same time, like, for a bunch of ungrateful people, quite frankly, a lot of ungrateful people, it's crazy. It's like really weird. This is like, we haven't had an intense talk like this in a long time, but I think there's just stuff that's coming that people are going to be like kind of surprised by, but they'll always remember moments like this or moments they talked to me years ago or whenever, and kind of feel like they did find the clarity that they sought and just refused to see it. You know, it's going to be one of those moments where a lot of things that are coming true have been said and predicted or whatever, and it's just like been a matter of time to unfold it. And that's what they told me months ago, is that they were going to use people like us channels to kind of start introducing the stories and to kind of start explaining what was going on before it started to become realized. Like, these stupid balloons, nobody knows what the fuck that was about. Honestly, like, kind of like still nobody knows what that was about. And it's sort of a joke because it was more like a white flag attempt than anything. And it is kind of like this running joke because the origins are very still much unknown in a sense. It was such a goofy thing. Like, I don't know how to explain it because they aren't really sure how to explain it either. It's supposed to be like a waving flag, but it just didn't go over well, you know? It was a bad time. It wasn't supposed to be a distraction from the oil or the spills, but recognizing what was really at stake, and yeah, hell yeah, and seeing things for what they are. But of course, again, this whole species is just very much ingrained into the life they have on Earth, and they refuse to accept that they are in the midst of outer space. And every theoretical possibility is simultaneously happening because there is no other dimension that can escape the other dimensions. We think that we are living in 3D, but we are living in the same configured space is everything else, from black holes to big stars to the planets themselves. And to think that astrology has nothing to do with it is so ignorant, when it's like, you think you have total control over your life, but you also are completely aware that you're one of the smallest objects in the universe. No, that's interesting. So the moon just moves the tides and not you. And the season you're born in has nothing to do with that attitude that you carry for the rest of time with you. No. The stars, planets, all of it that's been here billions of years longer than you were even thought of or will exist, definitely have no influence over you, you think? Okay. That sounds so motherfucking ignorant. You hear how that sounds? These flying objects in space around me that have no sense of time or concept of reality or known cognizant life has zero effect on who I am as a person. Please. That does not even sound right. That's what the aliens have to say, okay? Like, they're a little fed up. I think it's just one of those things. They can't deal anymore. Humans are ruining themselves. And it's to the point where, like, don't worry about the planet, focus on yourself. Like, it's literally come down to that. And being able to make good decisions for the planet on your own, but understanding that, like, you as an individual need to be okay. Because you weren't really supposed to accept this kind of society, and yet you did. It was weird. Like, it wasn't supposed to be experimental. Again, you're supposed to be learning, and a lot of people just opted out of the learning experience and were like, yeah, this is good. And then it went very bad. It was like way too much everything. Yes, in case you were wondering, I can tell when someone leaves, and I can tell if they return, and I can tell that, yes, even if you needed a minute, you probably will watch whatever you missed to see how much the conversation did change. That is shocking. Okay. It's always number 10. Perception. It's all on how you see things, and it's time we see things for what they are. Second position, fire. It's time the femmes start to step up and work together and stand in their own masculinity instead of relying on the masculine as a separate entity. Fourth position, air. This is about the masculine stepping up and understanding what it means to be balanced and calculated and able to keep up with the femmes on an emotional, physical, and mental level, right? Because we oftentimes see that even in the cliche nuclear household, women have to take on all of the emotional responsibility, pretty much all of the domesticated labor, even if